Hey there everybody, and welcome back to more Messiah. When we last left off, we had just dumped some recycled human parts into the incinerator. And what we have to do now to start off this exciting video is show off some of the amazing platforming puzzles that are present in Messiah. As I mentioned in the last video, the flying controls are a bit unwieldy, to say the least, mostly due to the fact you have to spam the jump button. And since my jump button is currently, well, spacebar, since that's usually the easiest way, this can be a tad bit tricky, because you really have to spam the hell out of the jump button. And not to mention that some of the platforms, or where you're actually supposed to go in this room, is not the clearest thing in the world, and some of these little half pipes, or halfway stuck out of the wall pipes, are... You can't really grip onto the side of every one of them, and yeah, I'm good at jumping. So, you know, bear with me. This isn't the easiest part of Messiah, getting the controls down. But we do get it on this go around. Hopefully you enjoyed that wonderful incinerator sound. It's a nice backdrop to the complete lack of background music or any other sound effects. Just the constant, such a great noise. But thankfully, after we grab onto this little pipe up here that I ended up fucking up jumping off before, we do just have one more jump, and we will get out of this rather unnecessarily tedious tutorial about jumping puzzles. And we want to be very careful not to fall in that goop down there that is instant death to us. I think it's supposed to be other recycled body parts and materials. And it leads us into this very large room that may seem initially empty, but as we go a little bit farther down, we see there are quite a few light cops and one medium cop. Thankfully though, if we go over to the far corner over here, we find one light cop, all by his lonesome. And thankfully, since they have no real peripheral vision and can't look upwards, we can easily jump into this guy and figure out what's the best route of attack here. Also, we can look at whatever the hell this bondage stuff is going on in these tubes. But sadly, there's no way to silently kill any of these guys, so instead, let's just kill off this medium cop.
Somewhere else.
And quickly jumping into another light cop's body. It's pretty easy to take care of this one last guy, while the medium cop's body sizzles and smokes. That's all we needed to do in there. We'll take this lift up just a very little ways. And inside this incredibly, let's call it a rat closet, because there's nothing else in here. Inside this rat closet, we just need to, he's not really observant at all. Alright. Yeah, we need to hop into a rat and continue on through the air vents. They were actually nice enough to put in a rat-accessible door, but that's because it leads into a very possibly dangerous area. Yeah, they decided to put down this this top-down viewpoint for this rat excursion here, and there's basically an ebb and flowing tide of blood and viscera, and if you touch that, the rat will die. And Bob will immediately pop out of the body and die himself, so you have to be very careful not to get in that liquid. That can be especially dangerous, as sometimes crawling across these human remains and bones is not really the most precise thing to do. Especially since the rat basically handles like a tank. So, yeah, it's not, yet again, very cumbersome controls turn its ugly head to make this game kind of annoying to play sometimes. But with some easy maneuverability, we've been able to get out of there, and that leads us into our next main little hub, I suppose, in Old Town. We are going to have to ditch the rat body and hop into this chot.
Self-destruct in 4, 3, 2, 1.
And that lands us some grenades that we probably won't be using because it's going to be another section where fighting is not really the best course of action because there's basically going to be a never-ending stream of both shots and police in this street. Now what we're inevitably going to have to do is power up this lift here. But to do that we're going to have to kind of run up and down this street here while, like I said, dealing with an endless stream of both light cops and shots. But what we can do is use the power of stealth and obviously the AI's good ability to focus on the guys shooting at them rather than us. And we can allow them to fight it out amongst themselves while we... well, the guy's actually pretty chill about all of his comrades just combusting. But we are actually going to need to get a different weapon and a different body, mostly because as we head over here, there are still going to be quite a few light cops that are going to spawn, and we're going to have to blow open this door. Yeah, so with that laser wall disengaged, you're probably wondering where that is. Well, that's basically down on the shot end of the street. Thankfully, as long as we don't engage any of the shots in combat, they'll pretty much ignore us. It's not to say it's not a good idea to take out any nearby shots, it's just, if at all possible, it's good not to get their attention.
Let's point that thing somewhere else.
And here we have what can honestly be a rather confusing puzzle of sorts. We have taken down the laser wall, but we also have this green little blockage here. And to take that down, we have to take out the generator that is behind it. So thankfully, with the grenades we just picked up, we can actually just chuck a grenade over the top there. And after we deal with the rather odd throwing animation fucking us over, we can now throw another grenade properly, and that should allow us access inside. Now normally in here there is a viewing screen that will show us something, but for right now we'll just have to listen.
A priority 4 extermination order is issued for the following individual. Be on the lookout for a humanoid measuring 2.5 feet in height with wing-like protrusions from its back. The suspect is in violation of the following codes: 41-9, infiltration of Class A, B, and D security zones with intent to commit sabotage; 21-12, purposeful destruction of property and personnel; and 143-1, general mischief involving firearms. Suspect matches no known species ID pattern and is therefore in violation of the Genetic Manipulation Act or Legal Planetary Residence Order 515. Approach suspect with caution. Consider it a threat.
So information actually travels pretty quickly through this future world, and we are already working up our ranks as public enemy number 1. And I will say a lot of those charges are very correct, but you know, it's for a righteous cause, so it's pretty much okay. And I do want to go ahead and pick up a better weapon, mostly because the pump gun is quite awful. Not that we will hopefully have to deal with very much combat, but, you know, just in case. Whoa!
What are you doing with that?
I was about to shoot those guys and get myself killed. But let's go ahead and leave the combat zone behind and just continue on our way. We have another update here. Let's see what has to be said. Apparently Father Prime is doing evil research on the dark side of the moon, and there will be a reckoning, and yada yada yada. We'll be finding out more about these tests in a couple more updates. But for right now, we have a number of buttons and a door down there we're going to have to check on in just a second. The overall problem is the fact that, as we will see, they all require commanders to interact with them. So, just for now, I'm going to blow up in that vent for no particular reason. And just to double check on this door down here, I don't think we can actually access it, but yeah, we can. Just to make sure I don't miss anything for you lovely OCD viewers out there. So let's go ahead and head back upstairs and head back up to that vent. Hopefully there is a nice alternate means for us to get around this factory building futuristic place. Whatever this... I don't even know what this fucking place is, man. I think it's supposed to be a barracks, as we'll see in a second. Now, the bad thing is that our light comp body is getting pretty damaged, and as you'll see in a second, we're gonna have to head down. So we're gonna have to be very, very careful here. Make sure we don't lose... Oh, fuck. Well, I think that worked out for the best. Ooh. What do we have here? Pixelated titties? Mmm. Duke Nukem, eat your heart out. Wait a minute. Did she shrink?
Surrounded by idiots.
Yeah, the only way for that window to open is for that commander there to get out of the shower, and I guess you could call that a puzzle? I don't really know, but hey, we got a commander now, so maybe we can go use that door? Maybe not.
The pan-dimensional experiments made possible by funds from the Father's Lottery program have met with great success. Just 48 hours ago, our scientists tore into the very fabric of the time-space continuum and retrieved their first specimen, and a magnificent specimen it is. This gigantic winged living beast was eventually subdued and is being held on Outpost 6. The obese, sentient individual weighing in at more than 5 tons refers to himself only as the Dark Lord. All questions pertaining to his origin have been met with increasing resistance. Intelligence testing has already begun on this unique subject, with Father Prime himself performing the final brain prod. As testing of this type is always fatal, all officers holding authorization Class 4 or higher are welcome to Outpost 6 to witness the demise of this monstrous specter. This surely is an event you will not want to miss. This message brought to you by our benevolent leader, Father Prime. All hail, Father
Well,
Prime.
that guy certainly looks like a big, corpulent demon. I wonder if we're going to have to run into more of those later on. Now, before we head out into the street there, it's a good idea to get some weaponry because,
Pan-dimensional
well,
experiments made
being
possible
unarmed
by
in
funds
this
from the
shot-heavy
Father's Lottery
area is
program
not a good
have met with
idea.
Great success. Just
And as
48
you can
hours
see,
ago,
there's
our
only one of these
scientists tore into
commanders
the
with
very
guns,
fabric of
so...
the time-space continuum and retrieved their
Okay.
first specimen.
Well,
Magnificent
we're
specimen
gonna have to
it is.
show off the
This
dangers
gigantic
of
winged
paying
living
way
beast
too much
was
attention to
eventually
TV.
subdued and is being held on
Surrounded
Outpost
by
6.
idiots.
The obese, sentient individual weighing in at more than 5 tons refers to himself only as the Dark Lord.
But I'm pretty sure it's
Questions
a
pertaining
valid
to his
reason
origin
to
have
get
been
some
met with
guns,
increasing resistance.
and it's a valid excuse to kick somebody in the genitals and snap their neck. But hey, at least we're protected now.
Win. Clean air.
I love clean air.
Win. Rocks.
Rocks, rock. Okay. That sounds like a good contest.
Clean air.
But yeah, as we head down the street, some shots just suddenly appear, and I'm fairly certain, well, obviously we do have to kill them since we do need a commander to get into the next area.
Genuine cooked animal meat.
I'm just making sure I'm full up on ammunition.
Win. Stop.
Dude, that contest sounds awesome. I love stuff. But what do we have here in this big wide open area? Well, we got some nun cheesecake, I suppose. But we also have a turret available to use. Let's go ahead and check that out.
Good day, Commander. Turret under security. Gun system on.
Sen 17, why have you armed? Come on, Ilsa. Talk to me. Looks like we got some trouble. Wherever you are, you're dead.
Uh-oh, looks like we caught the attention of the local Star Destroyer. And, well, we basically have to make sure and take out these platforms here. We have to take them out from the base, because obviously there's a big force field around them otherwise. And they do shoot rockets at you, and it will slowly whittle away at the turret's health, but it's really not that difficult. Boobs. Yeah, let's go ahead and get out of here since the doorway is open. Fuck only knows why that doorway was attached to those 3 turrets, but, you know. Also, they really, they went all out on that background. But oh no, there's an incoming distress signal. It's gotta be important.
Large number of shots advanced to the main power generator. They're attacking in full force and we are severely outnumbered. Please send reinforcements immediately. I don't know how much longer we can hold.
Freaking munchkin.
Oh no, even more shots. What will we be doing in the next video? Well, first we're gonna get one more message before we leave. And it's just talking about how the shots have a energy generator we need to go free up by killing them all. And we are going to be doing just that in the next video. Tune in for more Messiah next time.
Freaking munchkin.